What is going on? Mostly Mavs Nation. We are back. We are back. Last pod was Friday night, I believe, or Saturday morning. We are back. This is your co-host, Jude Halbert, and our leader, Caden De La Garza. He actually he quit. Mavs were so bad. He told me he quit. He's done. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't do that. He's got some other things going on tonight. So I told him, hey, I can do a solo. There's this Mavs team. There's so much to talk about. I would love to do a solo. So I told him I'd hop on and do a quick solo pod, going over some quick Mavs things that have been happening. Game last night we missed because we were both busy. Played the Timberwolves. A basketball game happened. I'm just going to be honest. Cooper struggled against the bigger wings that Minnesota has. And yeah, I mean, at this point in the season, all we're really tuning in for is to see Cooper Flag play basketball. If we're all just being honest with ourselves, with all due respect to all the rest of the Mavs guys, not really much else to tune in for. So that happened last night, and tonight a basketball game happened again against the Bucks. We get blown out. Cooper, similar game. He didn't necessarily, I guess the shoe numbers say he struggled, but he just missed some shots. What I will say though is he's worn down, man. Being the number one option, best defender on you every night. He's figuring out in real time what that feels like for a full NBA season, and he was not supposed to be that. We had other, Hall of Famers that were supposed to be on this basketball team at this point, but they are no longer. And he was not expected to be thrust in this role, but he was. And it's hard. He's figuring out in real time. When you're the number one guy, then when the teams, scout your game, the most close state of any guy on the team, it's hard. And obviously he has some weaknesses. We all know them. The people that have watched, the psychos, me and you, we've watched, and his shooting his 3-point shooting specifically is not good. I think another thing that needs to be addressed this offseason, along with his 3-point shooting, is just some of his shot quality. Ever since he's come back from the injury, it's been really bad. Just in today's game, the way it's played, it has not been good. A lot of long twos, a lot of fall away twos. Those shots from time to time, they're good shots. They can be. But he hasn't been efficient, and he just looks super hesitant to shoot the three. So I think his shot quality definitely has to be adjusted, but we all believe in Cooper. It's just minor tweaks. I don't know. Like I said, he just looks worn down. That's really all there is to say about that. It sucks. It sucks. He's pretty much going out there by himself, especially in these last two games, with no PJ Naji, no nothing. So yeah, that's what you get. You get some blowouts, and it's not the worst thing in the world. The Mavs, if we update our tankathon since Friday, lost both games. Tonight was a must-lose game, if we're just being completely and totally honest with ourselves. They lost, and we stay at 6th. It seems like we'll be 6th for, I don't really see us winning any more games. Maybe the Bulls game, maybe. I'll never say never. It's the NBA. I'm just saying, with how this team's body language looks, it just looks over. It is over. So it's hard to get mad at the guys. They played super hard this year. Even up until like game 70, 72. They played super hard, even though we were losing every game. And I think it's just we're at a breaking point. Can't blame anybody. It's just the situation is what it is. It's all about the draft pick, the future, this offseason. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say I think this offseason is a lot of change with the Mavs. Let's talk about some other things that have been happening. I just believe a total. I'm just going to go out and say it. I think a total reset's coming. Total reset. And I wish all these guys the best. It's not me wanting that to happen. This is just a prediction. I just think, Dumont sits down and, just says this is. I just think he is going to look at it and say we just need a fresh start with everything, and this is our chance to do it right now. Jason Kidd's been in a lot of rumors today. I mean, not rumors, but Cuban kind of as Cuban's been doing a lot recently, which we all love Mark, but we can all agree we're kind of tired of what he's been talking about. Throws Jason Kidd in the fire in the podcast today, says that he was essentially saying he's lying about what he said his role was in the Luka Doncic trade. Just, you don't need to do that, Cuban. I mean, after all this team and this organization has gone through, and it's just not a very smart move. And I think when I say organizational reset, I think Jason Kidd is gone. There, I said it. That's my prediction. I think Kidd looks around and he's probably like, this is so toxic. This is too toxic. This is so toxic. I can't do this anymore. And I heard some rumblings last summer that he was seriously angling for that Knicks job, and he didn't end up doing it. But those are things that I heard from people I talked to. I don't know. Like I said, I just think he looks around and he just gets out. And I think I'm all saying this as a prediction. This is not what I want. Me personally, I'm completely fine with Jason Kidd going forward as a coach. I'm not gonna, hold grudges over him for previous decisions. If you want to, that's the way you want to, go about things and view things with this basketball team, then that's okay. But I just think he's a good coach when he's given the things that he needs. Now, if you give him a team and you're kind of like elevate it, with a team with a low floor, then it can kind of get ugly, as we've seen. But I think he's a good NBA coach, and I'd be fine with him going forward. So again, this is all a prediction. And obviously there was a report today that came out that Dumont was looking at guys like Brad Stevens, guys like Kobe Altman from the Cavs, guys like Sam Presti from the Thunder to fill that GM role. And I don't know exactly what his goal is there. I guess, honestly, I think I know what his goal is. I think he's just trying to get all those people to tell him no. And then from there, you kind of go about your business. But I like it. You have to swing big. The Adelson family is, as horrible as those people are, they have a lot of money. So Dumont's using it. His way to reach out to all those people is probably just telling them, hey, we'll just give you millions and millions more than your current, boss gives you, or current contract is. And that's probably about it. I don't really know what else his play is. I think Dumont is a hands-off owner, or I know he is for a fact. And I think guys around executives around the league, they like that because if we look around the league, most owners that are hands-on, those teams aren't usually that successful, aka the Sacramento Kings, aka the Suns. But they're having a good season this season. But you understand my point. Usually, a hands-off owner is the best thing for a franchise, and he is that. So I think that's really the only pitch you can give. He's going to give you the keys, and he's going to give you a lot of money. That's for a executive, a general manager, sounds pretty good. Now, will they take the offer? Who knows? I just like that he's going after the bigger fish and just, like I said, telling them to say no to him. But yeah, I think I'm just tired of all this, man. I'm just tired of the constant Luka talk. I'm tired of Cuban bringing up things in the past that just don't need to be brought up anymore, you know? And I heard some theories thrown out there was maybe Cuban's trying to get bought out by the Adelson family. I don't know. I think that may be in Dumont's best interest at this point because he can just continuously throws these people under the bus. So maybe that's what he wants. That's just maybe a conspiracy theory that's like a conspiracy theory that I saw, but that's I wouldn't put it past Cuban. I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired of him saying these things that don't need to be brought up. And yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Man, this is rough. At this point in the season, like we said, it's hard to even really judge guys because shifting gears back to the Mavericks team, it's hard to judge these guys. I'm just going to be honest. Like when I see Max Christie shoot 1 for 12 tonight and 1 for 9 from 3, I mean, this is the second year in a row he's completely ran out of gas at the end of the season. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's an in shape thing, even though he looks like he's in really good shape, but I don't know. It's definitely cause for concern. I personally like Max Christie's game a lot. I think he'd be a good supporting piece on a good, basketball team. But I would be lying to myself if I didn't say this recent stretch was concerning, paired with last season's end of the season was concerning too. So, yeah, that's my Max Christie thoughts. Daniel Gafford goes down again. Just unfortunate. I mean, just such an unfortunate season. It didn't look like it was anything too bad. It looked like a stinger, but we talked about it a ton. Injuries just killed this guy's season. Gafford's a super high injury, high motor player, super athletic, and if he can't do that, if he's going to be limited anyway, it just completely restricts his game. So yeah, I think he'll be all right. Didn't seem like anything too bad. Another nice game from Brandon Williams, scoring wise. But again, shout out. Let me shout out. Musa Cisse, welcome back. Everyone that's watched this team understands and sees that he can be a good big man, or at least a solid contributing big man for this team next season. I think that's got to be what the Mavs did this summer. They have to bring him back on I think it's like a 2-year contract, I believe, is what they can offer him. 2-year, obviously, small money. He's a solid big, and yeah. I mean, what else is there really to go over, man? I'm just gonna keep it 100% honest. Another loss. The tank rolls on. 6 games left. I think let me say one point. Let me say one thing. I think this Mavs fan base is probably I want to say one of the 3 to 5 best fan bases in the league. And I say that for a variety of reasons. One, specifically that I thought about this was when I watched the game last night against Timberwolves. Did you see the crowd that showed up at tip-off? I mean, the game was packed. You would have thought it was like, game 2 against the Thunder in the second round of the playoffs. Or game 3. Sorry. I mean, that's insane. And then I flip over to a Rockets game, another Texas team. They're a playoff team. Obviously they're not reaching expectations that they had this season. They won't reach expectations. They're just not. They don't have that high of a ceiling come playoff time. But I watched their game, and like I said, they're a good playoff team. They have no one there. No one. I mean, it's empty. And just with all things that have gone down, I mean, this fan base literally got someone that essentially ran our team fired. Our fan base got him fired. Yes, you can say it was decisions. Yes, you can say it was the way he handled those decisions, made those decisions. But our fan base, reacting the way they did to everything, if we're 100% honest, if we didn't get Cooper Flag, like we talked about this before, if we didn't get Cooper Flag, there was a chance that Nico was still going to be here, but I don't even think that's possible. I just think this fan base would have been so done, and they would have protested and protested and protested, and they would not have let it happen. So I just want to shout out the Mavericks fan base. Again, this is a dark time, dark couple-year stretch in the in the Mavs history books. Not a good way to go about your 45th season. But yeah, there's not really much else to talk about. I'm just going to be honest. Gave my predictions on the Jason Kidd discussion, on some stuff about the future. Ooh, before we go, let's do a quick tankathon, because me and my co-host, we like to do a spin every episode, and let's see what we get. So here we go. Okay, we didn't move. We did not move. Now, I don't even know if that's really possible. I think at 6, I think if I know this correctly, if I have it down correctly, I'm an expert. I've been studying these, specific lottery odds. I've been studying them. I mean, it's been so much fun. I'm pretty sure it's actually really likely we don't get the number 6 overall pick, just from how the odds work. So that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, Mavs stay at 6, and the post-game tankathon sim. And yeah, another Mavs game, another one down. Just rough, man. I mean, just rough all around. I don't really know. This organization just has a lot of decisions to make this summer. And I think an organizational reset is coming. That's my prediction. I think Dumont just says, you know what? Let's restart. And I think it may be best for guys inside to get out and get fresh starts as well. That's my prediction, opinion on that conversation. And yeah, that's going to do it. That's going to wrap it up for the Mostly Mavs podcast. I don't know what me and Caden are going to do for the playoffs yet. We haven't decided. If you have any suggestions, please let us know. I just love the NBA. I love the NBA playoffs specifically. And I don't know what we're going to do yet. Maybe we follow a series, follow a team. I don't know. But we'll figure it out. We have sometime. I say sometime. Playoffs coming up quick. With 6 games left for your Dallas Mavericks, and then we can get out of here, move on to bigger and better things like the NBA draft. And yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you all, mostly Mavs Nation. And this is your co-host, Jude Halbert, signing out. We will be back Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday. The Mavs play the Magic on Friday night. We'll be back. And yeah, see ya.